The web browser Puffin for iOS 8 has become one of my most important apps, one of the most used apps. And one of the reasons for that is I can use the web as it's meant to be used. All the web services and so on. It even supports Flash and all that. So that means that I can use the desktop version of the web services and web pages instead of the mobile version that Safari uses on iPad. So I can do stuff that I can't do on my iPhone or iPad with only Safari. I can, for example, use a mouse. By clicking on that icon, I get a trackpad with a mouse pointer. So I can go up here, for example, and edit my Apple community in Google+. This menu is impossible to get on Safari. So in Puffin Web Browser, I can get this desktop menu to do stuff, as you can see. And this is only one example. I can do anything really. I can blog directly in blogger.com on the web. I can manage my comments on YouTube from the real YouTube web desktop version and so on. And I can edit the info and details about my YouTube videos on my YouTube page directly in Puffin Web Browser. I can even upload and change the thumbnails of the videos directly in Puffin Web Browser. That's impossible in Safari, for example, on my iPhone, but I can do this in the Puffin Web Browser. It's awesome, and I can do all the stuff I do on the desktop in Puffin Web Browser. So this web browser makes the iPad more desktop-like thanks to these kind of things I can do with it. So all the stuff I can do in a desktop web browser I can do now on my iPad thanks to Puffin Web Browser Pro. You need a Pro version to get all the nifty features, and Puffin Web Browser is highly recommended by me to buy. It's worth the money. Here you can see Puffin Web Browser in the App Store, and as you can see in these photos, you can use the normal desktop web very easily. You can even play games and so on because it supports Flash. And you can watch movies, TV shows and so on directly in the Puffin Web Browser. So I highly recommend Puffin. So thanks to Puffin Web Browser, the only thing I can't do on the iPhone now that I can on my iPad is video editing as easy as I can on the iPad. iMovie on the iPhone can't show the waveforms of the audio, so you can't cut exactly where you want after a word, for example, as easy as you can on the iPad. But everything else is now solved for me, so I could in reality use an iPhone 6 Plus to do anything a computer can except for video editing. So I still need to have my iPad because I need to do my video editing still. So otherwise I could rather have bought an iPhone 6 Plus and had that as a computer. But now I have the iPad Air and the iPhone 6 as my computers.